abundance of wildlife shares the expanse of the rugged canyon. The coeducational camp runs from mid-June through early August. Campers ranging in age from 7 to 13 enjoy a wide variety of recreational, spiritual, and relationship-building experiences during each week-long camp. The ranch has horse stables and an arena, a swimming pool, a trading post that serves refreshments, an administrative office, and numerous riding trails. The chapel and the dining hall are located at the center of the ranch, and they separate boys' camp and girls' camp. The dining hall features family-style meals with great food and plenty of it. An adjoining conference room with a native stone fireplace is the site of many social activities. Boys' camp and girls' camp each include a rustic neighborhood of bunkhouses and a centrally located shower house. Each cabin, identified by its own unique Western brand, houses up to 8 campers and 2 counselors. The camp is run by the camp director with the assistance of approximately 35 high school and college students. Following a careful screening process, the finest counselor applicants are selected from colleges and high schools across the country. Counselors are skilled in their areas of involvement, and they possess enthusiasm and genuine affection for their campers. With a low 5-to-1 camper-to-staff ratio, our counselors are able to individually share their love of the Lord while serving as outstanding Christian role models.
A number of our counselors have been campers here in the past. They have come through a 2-year program for counselors in training, and then they apply to be counselors. Other counselors come recommended to us from different churches or youth groups. I tell them that there are 2 main qualifications, that they have to love the Lord and love kids. Other than that, we can teach them and train them for just about any of our activities.
It's an awesome opportunity to spend a summer totally devoted to God, sharing your life with kids, sharing Christ with kids in a setting, in an environment where kids can understand easily and come to know the Jesus that we know.
Campers begin the week-long experience on Sunday afternoon.
That's probably the most important day because campers come in and they see you, and how you react to them is going to set the tone for the week, and they're anxious, and a lot of them have never even been away from their parents before, and we just want to give them loving arms to come to and kind of be their family for the week and really support them and make them feel comfortable.
We have an opening campfire that first night and just kind of sing some goofy songs and kind of tell the kids what to expect that week, and that's a week full of fun and fun in God, how much fun they can have in their relationship with God. And we kind of explain to them that we're going to be talking to them this week a lot about life and some different issues amongst all the fun.
Beginning on Monday morning, campers and counselors start each day at the flagpole. The campers gather to recite their daily Bible verse, perform a few calisthenics to get the blood flowing, and prepare for breakfast. Good food and plenty of it is an important part of the program. Following breakfast is the first of several activity periods. The outdoor activities allow the campers to learn new skills and make new friends and get a little exercise. An important activity for every camper is chapel time, where they learn more about what the Bible teaches about the Lord. The afternoon and evening meals bring the entire camp together for a little rest and relaxation. It's also an opportunity to recharge their internal batteries with food and fun. The counselors work hard preparing and creating humorous and memorable skits for mealtime and at Campfire to add more fun to the camp experience.
I know that they break down walls, kids' hearts, and they just open up to that stuff. And when they're laughing and when they're smiling and having fun, you know, they're more willing to listen to what you have to say. And it gets their mind off of being homesick or, you know, anything that's going off. It just, for that split second, they're laughing, you know. I mean, whatever wrong is going on in the world, they forget about that for that time.
Music is also an important aspect of the camp experience.
Music, I look at it as a setting and an opportunity to open up for the words of God to come into the lives of kids. You know, even in goofy skits, some crazy song, the kids just get to clapping excited that a character's coming in, to the songs at Campfire at night, where, you know, some kids, that's the way they hear about the gospel, is through a song that sings about Jesus. It's a huge part of what goes on here. We play music during the meals, Christian music. We like to promote to the kids how awesome it is that there's a Christian music out there for them to listen to as opposed to a lot of the stuff that's out there.
The campers gather together after supper to play games such as capture the flag, participate in the hoedown, an activity that teaches the campers square dancing, and a mud fest, a popular activity that allows the campers to enjoy various games in a mud pit. The evening activity is followed at sunset by campfire and cabin time.
Probably the most important part are the two things that happen at the end of each day, though. The campfire time and the cabin time, I think, are probably the most special part of the program to me. And campfire is just so neat to see, 100 kids and counselors sitting down at campfire, singing goofy songs to God, slowing down, hearing a counselor get up there and share their life testimony or something that's on their heart.
The campfire serves several purposes. First, it's a praise and worship time, a time to begin winding down from a very busy and sometimes exhausting day. Each campfire combines prayer, music, a Bible lesson, skits, and personal testimonies that encourage spiritual thoughts, instill the wonder of God's love, and build upon the lessons learned throughout the day. Following the campfire is cabin time, or time that the campers and the counselors spend with one another in their own small cabin family. Cabin time is a special time to break through walls and talk about the day and discuss the applications from the day's lessons.
When they get to go back with just their counselor and just the kids in their cabin, the new friends they've made, and talk about what they did that day and some questions that they've had, and all the counselors have their own unique story to share with them at night.
It's a very busy day for the campers and the counselors. But after Monday, each day provides more opportunities for the campers and counselors to build relationships built on mutual trust.
And as the week goes on, we try to give more and more free time where the counselors can really get alone with the kids and talk to them about what's going on in their hearts individually and what's going on in their lives. And we just really try to build those relationships with the counselors and the kids so that can happen.
Last year, this kid just came up to me and said, I've heard all this stuff, and I really think that this is something I want, is a relationship with God. And he goes, I want God to be my best friend, And I just like, oh, that's so awesome. So we sat down, and I said, what, you want me to pray with you, or, how do you want to do this? And he goes, well, just let me try it. And so, it was the coolest prayer I've ever heard. He just spilled his heart out. Just with me sitting there, and said, God, I want you to be my best friend. And he said, I don't know how to pray, I don't know how to talk to you. He goes, but I know that you love me, and I want that relationship with you. And that's incredible coming from a 10-year-old kid.
The week ends on Saturday, following the rodeo, where the campers demonstrate their horsemanship skills to friends and family. After an exciting week, it's time to head home with parents.
It's always neat because they get here for the rodeo. The parents come to pick up their kids after the rodeo, and several times you'll hear parents say, my little boy or my little girl just had the greatest week of their life. They don't want to leave. And I think that's the main comment that I love to hear. I never get tired of hearing a parent saying, my kid doesn't want to leave, because a lot of times they get here, they're scared. Some of them even want to go home, and it's just real touching that they never want to leave this place.
Many of the campers return home with a new sense of self-esteem, more self-reliance, and a new or closer relationship with the Lord. God is faithful, and He has blessed the ranch and the children, staff, and families it has served for over 35 years.
Hidden Falls Ranch was founded in 1965 by a group of folks from the Amarillo and Canyon area who were actually sending their kids down to East Texas to a camp. Decided it would be neat for a camp like that to be up here in the panhandle of Texas.
Hidden Falls Ranch is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation managed by a volunteer board of directors. The summer camp is designed to pay its own way during the summer, and the board has a strong desire to keep the camping fees low so that kids will not be excluded from attending. Unfortunately, camping fees do not fully fund the ranch's operating costs. As a result, the ranch must generate other funds to support the ranch. During the months not set aside for summer camp, The ranch is available to churches, businesses, affinity groups, or families for a modest fee. The facilities may be reserved for retreats, family reunions, or other special events. But the additional revenues generated by retreats and camp rentals still do not completely cover the costs required to keep the ranch financially stable. The ranch is dependent on contributions by supporters of the ministry.
I think this is an awesome ministry for someone to support. Every day, children out here are coming to know the Lord and are learning more about Him and learning how to praise Him.
The ranch is thankful for the faithful friends who financially support the ministry. It's a ministry that continues to lead children to the Lord, and the board feels it's an excellent ministry opportunity for churches and individuals interested in its mission. Each year, seeds are planted and hundreds of children and families continue to be blessed by this ministry, even after the children return home.
I remember a camper who just, shared with me about his home life, a tough life. His dad didn't believe in God at all. It was very discouraging to him to have a faith in God at all. And I can remember him sharing with me in free times and at nights about how hard that was for him, because he felt God stirring in his heart here at Hidden Falls, and he saw something different about the people here, the staff here, and he wanted to change his life. And he made a commitment and a decision to live his life for Christ and ask Him into his heart, and continue to stay in touch with Him. And it's encouraging to me every time I get an email from him or talk to him on the phone of how he prays for his dad, and him and his mother have come together to grow in their walk with God. And just to see a life change like that makes everything worthwhile. Hidden Falls, I think, changes everyone's life that comes out here. Just spending a summer with no other focus than telling kids about Jesus, you can't help but be changed yourself. To see people your age growing in their relationship with God, to see kids and CITs start that relationship with God, it changes my life. It inspires me, it's rewarding, it helps me to grow and learn. Every year out here I feel like I've grown more and more.
I think that the fact that Christ walks out here with us daily, and you just have a real sense of His presence.
For me personally, the rewards of being involved with the ranch, not only do I get to see kids' lives changed, kids understand the gospel, sometimes for the first time in a way that they really comprehend the good news of Jesus.
Former campers and counselors have fond memories of their summer experiences at Hidden Falls. One popular memory involves a bell. In the 1940s and 50s, there was a small encampment in the canyon not far from the ranch's current location that was home to a bell. When the Hidden Falls Board bought the property and established the camp, they brought the bell out of the canyon. Today, it is located in front of the dining hall.
We use that bell for three different things. The first thing is to call people to chow time here at the dining hall. When that bell rings, the kids and staff know it's time to eat. And that's an important thing that we do out here is eat. The second thing is we use that bell in emergencies. If we need to get the camp's attention in a hurry, weather-related things or whatever, we use that bell. And then the final thing, and the thing that thrills me when I hear it ring, is that if a kid is challenged with the gospel and decides while they're here to make a commitment to Jesus Christ, we allow them to go and ring that bell. And so when you hear that bell ringing and it's not at mealtime or there's not an emergency going on, you know that a kid has made a decision to ask Jesus Christ to come into his heart.
So the next time you hear a bell ring, please remember the boys and girls at Hidden Falls Ranch who hear the good news of Jesus Christ, desire a relationship with Him, and come to know Him in a personal way.